Hello, and welcome to another edition of One Bad Veggies Root Beer Review, where in this review, hopefully we'll be able to get rid of our pink eye and replace it with some red eye. I know you don't usually want to start like a food or drink review with talking about pink eye, but I honestly couldn't think of any other jokes to say. I could have made a joke about like airplane flights, I guess, but like, what's the deal with red eye flights? I guess, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we're doing a review, a re-review on old red eye root beer, which I think was one of the last root beers that I reviewed on the old blog. Don't really remember anything about it. So, of course, by the end of the blog, it was, I was barely paying attention to what I was writing anyway, to be honest with you. So at least these videos are here for posterity. So that way I can go back and look at them and so on and so forth. I guess technically I can go look at the blogs too, but I don't. Anyway, let's get on to the ingredients. So, of course, looking at the ingredients, which should pop up right about there. Carbonated water, pure cane sugar, natural artificial flavors, all the same kind of stuff that we usually see out of a lot of root beers. Of course, as we know at this point, the really kind of trick of it is what is inside of those natural and artificial flavors. So let's go ahead and get a closer look at the bottle here. Get a good look at that. Check out the art and everything, which pretty simple art, you know, almost looks kind of Texan. I wonder if it's bottled in Texas or anything like that. I don't know. Just another Orca Beverages. Orca Beverages does a lot of root beers, guys. A lot of root beers. Anyway. So yeah, I mean, there's really not a whole lot to say about the ingredients this time because they are the most basic of ingredients that there possibly could be. Literally water, sugar, flavors, and preservatives. So, but of course, let's go ahead and let's crack it open and see if it smells special. All right, let's go ahead and crack this thing open. Hopefully it's Orca, so it's probably not a pop top, but you never know. Nah, it's not. Okay. Oh! It exploded. That's the first time I think that's ever happened before. Well, my pants are wet now. So, we're going to go ahead and take a small break. And we're back. So, yeah, back with dry pants and dry floor and a dry bottle with a little bit less root beer than it started with. But hey, that's fine. So, where were we? Yes, let's sniff this and see if it fights me again. Ooh, okay. So, strong licorice, strong anise scent from that. You know, for a root beer that I'm already, you know, we're a little contentious right now because it spilled on me. It exploded. So, and it's got an anise flavor. You know what? I won't hold the spillage against it. It won't affect the score, I promise. I'm a fair judge, I feel. But the anise, yeah. So anyway, let's go ahead and check the pour and the foam on this one. And here we are with the pour and the foam. Let's go ahead and see how sexy this looks. Well, I would say, you know, a little flaccid, if you ask me. I don't know why I'm insulting this root beer so much. Maybe because it attacked me. But that's how it looks. I guess that's just how it has to be. So yeah, I mean, normally I would taste the foam, no foam. So as far as root beer looks go, you know what? The other thing too is maybe when it exploded, it lost most of its foam because it was a very foamy explosion. Too bad it wasn't caught on camera. Or at least I don't think it was. I'll have to go check that video. But anyway, let's just go ahead and get into the taste test. This has been a real exciting review. I'll say that much. All right, time for the taste test. Let's go ahead and I win, I guess. Down the hatch, whatever. Well, after all that, I mean, what is there to say? It's got a very unique flavor. I would say that those hints of anise and stuff like that, it wasn't just anise. There's almost something fruity to it. I don't know exactly how to explain it. Yeah, that's the only way I can put it. Almost like a fruity sort of like flavor to it, which I guess that could be just a, well, no, because anise has something very specific going on with that. So it definitely still, I would say, as far as like vanilla creamy sort of root beers versus kind of more like on the anise side and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, I guess the best thing you could say is that it has a rooty flavor, you know? I say fruity, but that's really what it is. It's almost like something earthy in it, I guess, is a good way to put it. It's not bad. I mean, I'm not gonna start making my judgments right now. It is, so yes, it's sweet. So it's not like any kind of like, there is like a hint of like strong vanilla in like the aftertaste. But the flavor that hits you at first is definitely that more like kind of licoricey, like I said, almost rooty sort of flavor. It doesn't taste like any other root beer that I can think of off the top of my head. Sometimes you have a root beer that has a good like mixture of all those things and you get something kind of right in the middle. This one, it definitely hits towards the other end. It hits towards the end that I don't usually like. However, just the mixture of those flavors in this particular drink is so unique. It's not necessarily a bad thing in this case. I think my reviews actually, this is a thinker because I don't dislike it, but it's not really something that I would normally drink either. So I'm gonna sit with this one for a second and then I'll go ahead and give you a letter grade. So like I said, I actually had a hard time trying to decide what I want to rate this one because of its uniqueness. The aftertaste is pleasant. Like I said, it's the main flavor with kind of like a vanilla back end, which is good. I always like it when vanilla flavors kind of stick around. So I like that about it. However, I would say that the main flavor that kind of sticks with you and the main flavor that you're kind of drinking as it happens isn't, like I said before, it isn't necessarily my favorite kind of root beer. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give this one a C. And the only reason I'm giving it a C is because normally I would give something like this a D, not an F because F is awful. I would give it a D. Normally when something is more on the anisey side, but this one was unoffensive. Again, like I said, it's definitely a unique flavor that I definitely never tasted. Still tastes like root beer, still has all the things. It's just like, I don't know, like the mixture of like kind of like the like sarsaparilla sort of flavors and the anise and those kind of things ended up creating this, like I said, almost fruity sort of flavor to it, but something that's still definitely root beer. And then you just add on the fact that you still get vanilla on the back end and everything. Like, it really is, under other circumstances, might be someone's favorite root beer. I could totally see that because it definitely if I went to the store and bought 5 root beers off the shelf, I know for a fact that Old Red Eye doesn't taste like anything else that I'm grabbing off that shelf. At least so far in all of my reviews, I've never tasted anything that quite tastes like that. So I guess, like I said, it's not bad. Normally a C is what I save for reviews for stuff that's very average. Since this isn't really my favorite flavor palette, but it isn't, I also can't say it's bad either. It's not bad in any way, shape, or form. That's why I'm giving it a C. It's just not something that I particularly would go for again, but like, it's unique enough that I could see it even being someone's favorite root beer. So C. And that's it for this review. I'm starting to get back into, well, I shouldn't say I'm starting to get back into, I tried to stream some video games the other night. The stream did not go well as far as being consistent, and yeah, just a lot of lag and stuff like that. So I guess right now, I'm testing streaming video games again. So if you catch that, you can go ahead and catch that on my Twitch channel, which is linked in the reviews here. Otherwise, we're just keeping on. This is sort of back on track as far as trying to keep ahead of the reviews. No promises again. We never know. But I just, every time I see that backlog of root beers that I have, I just think to myself, I need to do this. So I'm going to try to continue to do it. But in the meantime, I hope you had a good time.